It is truly a start of a new era as India complete a comprehensive 3-0 clean sweep against New Zealand in the 3-match T20I series. They have defeated New Zealand by 73 runs in the third T20I that was played in the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. A heroic show by Rohit Sharma with the bat, followed by a marvellous outing by Akshar Patel with the ball. Today we will discuss the match and the series in total, and to discuss that I have Abhishek Paul joining me. Welcome to the show, Abhishek. A comprehensive 73 run win, a dominating show yet again. New Zealand were never there in this series, right?
I mean, let's just not talk about this match and see the series as a whole, what it meant for the Indian team. New Zealand, of course, you correctly mentioned they were nowhere near to their best in this series. Maybe after that close gap, between the World Cup final and this series, they were not really too much motivated, if I may say so. They rested all the most of the senior players. Today, Mitchell Santner was the captain. He did brilliant. But I think overall that motivation somehow, and quite understandably so, because you need break right after such a exhausting tournament as the T20 World Cup. But what the series signifies, this series signifies the start of the era by under Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, and it ended in the best way possible. Not only a 3-0 clean sweep, we saw the openers performing, KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. Venkatesh Iyer finally bowled, and the spinners, they did well. Ravichandran Ashwin did well. Akshar Patel did well. Yuzvendra Chahal was also, he got a match today. He also scalped a wicket. So overall, I think it's a good beginning.
Absolutely, and Abhishek, it was a daring move by Rohit Sharma to bat first, given the dew factor in this T20I series. The matches are being held in the evening slot, and in Eden Gardens in Kolkata, we know that the heavy dew plays a major role. So it was a brave move by Rohit Sharma to challenge all the batters and the bowlers as well. And Rohit Sharma led from the front, scored a fantastic half century in just 31 deliveries, 56 run knock. But despite the middle order, performing iffy and offy, they were not there right there. But Deepak Chahar and Harshal Patel finished things off in great style.
I mean, of course, those are the minor blips. I'll call it minor blip because Deepak Chahar, of course, I'm a little concerned because Deepak Chahar has been costly so far.
With the ball, he was costly.
With the ball, he was costly. Today also, he bowled 2.2 overs. He gave 26 runs. He was the costliest bowler, having an economy of over 11. So that is one area, because Deepak Chahar is a T20 specialist. But overall, if I can see Harshal Patel also, he was costly. But this is his debut series. He has those first initial T20I international wickets. I think that will soothe his nerves. But most importantly, rather than the pacers, I think this spin bowling combination, Akshar Patel,
even Yuzvendra Chahal for that matter,
Akshar Patel, he was dropped from the T20 World Cup squad at the last minute, but he made a brilliant comeback. Overall, as a package, if I may see, there are so many positives. Maybe it's a template that will be followed. You correctly mentioned that India took a huge risk by batting first, but I think that's the bigger aim of this team under Rahul Dravid, because they are in an experimentation mode, and the series was already sealed after the first two wins, and I think India India wanted to test their batters, and they did so. All of them, though the middle order did not fire, all of them fell out to those attacking shots. Though I must say that
great cameo by Deepak Chahar and Rahul.
Great cameo by Deepak Chahar. I remember me and you were talking, how this is like something like a Jimmy Nisham of a knock, and India were attacking throughout with their batting. I think if this template is being followed, maybe in later times, I think will get good results.
And Abhishek, when it comes to defending though that 185 run target, given the dew factor, given the flat pitch in Eden Gardens, a good batting team would have given it a chase, chase. But New Zealand, they were completely emotionally jaded. They were not there. They were bowling full tosses. They were not taking those twos, you know, those hard, quick twos. They were happy with once there, and it was not a complete performance. It was very unlikely New Zealand, and it was expected so. But at the same time,
Akshar Patel, yeah.
three wickets. The opener Daryl Mitchell, then Mark Chapman and Glenn Phillips. He just demolished that New Zealand hope.
I mean, with if you get 3 wickets in the power play for a spinner, you know, I mean. Earlier in the innings, we saw Mitchell Santner. He did really well, right, with his left arm spin, and then Akshar Patel, he bettered him. Ultimately, Akshar Patel finished with a brilliant figures of 3 for 9 in just 3 overs. So it was, I think, more than the New Zealand batters. I think the way they batted, I think it was credit to Akshar Patel.
Yeah.
He enticed them to go for the drives. I think New Zealand were a bit careless, if I may say so, but overall he tossed the ball really well. He flighted the ball and got the results.
Absolutely, and you know, Abhishek, the talk of the town had become before this match that why is Venkatesh Iyer not bowling?
Right.
And he finally the Indian colours, he finally bowled. He did bowl a few overs in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy for Madhya Pradesh, bowled fairly well. But he was there. He was given a couple of overs, 3 overs, I guess, if I'm not wrong. 3 overs.
3 overs, 12
conceded,
runs.
12 runs, and picked up a wicket. His first wicket in international cricket. A good sign so far what we have seen of Venkatesh Iyer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, though I would not like to read too much into that wicket because Adam Milne, it was kind of a wild drive, wild swing, and he got his wicket. But anyways,
that will boost his motivation.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how it comes. The fact that it came in his first international series for India, I think that will boost his confidence, and clearly, you know, I mean, we are seeing this modus operandi of this team management. They are clearly seeing Venkatesh Iyer in this role of becoming a backup or even replacing Hardik Pandya or easing the pressure from Hardik Pandya in that middle order finishing role. He has his capabilities. I mean, he scored really well. He scored 20 of 15 balls, 1 6s, 1 4. So
that six was
really brilliant.
That showed his confidence.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a clean 6. It was not one of those, you know, low 6s that gets scored because of a small boundary. It was a clean 6, and I think it will give him confidence. I think going forward, he will be given more chances because we still don't know what's the injury status, fitness status of Hardik Pandya. I think he will be given a longer run.
Absolutely, but the only concerning factor right now is that the next T20I series for the Indian team is in January, and there's no such shorter format games between them. Obviously, the team will go to South Africa, and it will be a very important series in the longest format of the game. But now the focus shifts on the test series, the New Zealand test series. Kane Williamson, Kyle Jamieson, they all have rested, you know, they have all rested. They have taken a break after that crushing defeat in the T20 final. And you know, these Kiwis will be they will be itching to come back and prove a point, and what better point to prove than doing something considerable on Indian pitches in test cricket.
I mean, they are the World Test Championships winner, right? I mean, that's as big as it gets, and obviously they'll be well rested. You mentioned really well that the likes of Kane Williamson and Kyle Jamieson, they'll come back.
Even Tim Saudi,
they'll be refreshed. But India will also have top players like Ajinkya Rahane, all those test specialists. Virat Kohli, of course, he is not playing the first match.
Cheteshwar
Pujara, all this come. So it will be, and I think India will still be favourites. I think
it will be a fresh squad altogether. Shubman Gill, Mayank Agarwal, all this.
And these guys, you know, Shubman Gill and all, because they were not part of the T20 World Cup, they also will be, they are not really jaded or tired or something like that. They'll be itching to do really well. But I still feel, you know, with the likes of Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja and all
Akshar Patel is there, Jayant Yadav is there.
Jayant Yadav is there, 4 spinners, you know. Suddenly we are seeing 2 right arm, 2 off spinners and 2 left arm spinners. I think that is the template that is being followed. Of course, Jayant Yadav and Ravichandran Ashwin both can bat really well. I don't really want to mention Ravindra Jadeja's batting capabilities, but because we all know what he can do with the bat. I think India will still be favourites.
Absolutely, and that is going to be a fascinating series as well, and we will continue to give you all the updates from the test series as well. So do let us know whether you what you loved about this series, the T20I series, the fresh approach, the new intent, the new era as we have called this show under Rahul Dravid, under the captaincy, T20I captaincy of Rohit Sharma. It is a fresh beginning for the Indian team, and the test series against New Zealand will mark a new cycle of the World Test Championship, which India fell one step short of lifting the mace, ICC Test mace. So we will again continue to give you all the live updates, all the previews, all the analytical discussions around the India versus New Zealand Test series, and of course other sports as well. So don't forget to tune in to news9live.com to check out the sports section and all the news that we are giving. But before that, Abhishek, thank you so much. It was a pleasure as always.
Thank you so much.
We are awaiting a great test series now.
I think it's time, you know. I mean, there has been so much T20. Of course, we talk about how Test is the ultimate format, and I think for us journalists as well, this will be a welcome change. You know, after the IPL, after the T20 World Cup, after the Indian-New Zealand series, finally we are getting on a winter morning a Test on the Indian soil. It can't get better than this for a cricket journalist and for the cricket fans.
Absolutely, as Abhishek said, it can't get better on this. So we will leave you on that note. But again, do let us know what was the factor you liked about the Indian team or the New Zealand team in this series. We will join you again back as we continue to cover all the live updates from the India versus New Zealand series. Till then, good night. Thank you for watching.